Good morning, everyone. So it's now the 1st of July. Today we're going to be taking the political compass. I've not done this for quite a few years. As far as I know, all the questions are still the same as it's always been. So this is a little test to see where I stand on the political compass. So this is what it's about. I'm not going to bother too much reading this. Just wanted to show this little thing here. So every time I've took this test, I've always ended up around here in this bottom left square around this area. I expect to be here again, maybe about here. Always in this bottom left square, libertarian left, which is kind of where all our most socialists would probably stand. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to go straight into it. I want to show everyone where I'm standing on this. So before taking the test, please note that this isn't a survey and these aren't questions. Well, they are in a way. They're propositions. To question the logic of individual ones that irritate you is to miss a point. Some propositions are extreme and some are moderate. That's how we can show you whether you lean towards extremism or moderation on the compass. Yeah. So there's no I don't know or neutral. So you have to either agree or disagree. It's can be a bit difficult if you don't know what it means. So anyway, if economic globalization is inevitable, firstly, actually, we'll read this first. Page 1 of 6, we've got 6 categories. Just a few propositions to start with concerning no less how you see the country and the world. So, if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Well, of course, corporations, therefore the rich and the elites, it should support humanity. I never really understood economics in general, but humanity should be served more than corporations. Strongly agree. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. No, no. I didn't support my country during the Iraq War. I don't support them with the British Empire. I don't support their racism or any of the Tory policies or whatever. So, strongly disagree. Actually, did I click the wrong one on that? It should, yeah, I wanted to. It should support. Yeah, I don't know why I don't disagree. So, strongly agree for the first, strongly disagree for the second. No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Well, yeah, you're right. You can't choose a country of birth, but you shouldn't be proud of it if they do lots of bad things. Because the past several years, especially since Brexit, I've not been proud of my country. I don't have pride in the flag. So yeah, you shouldn't have to be proud of it, whether you're born or not. So I agree with that one. Our race has many superior qualities compared to other races. No, that's straight up racism saying that. And eugenics and stuff. Strongly disagree. We're all the same. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Not necessarily. You can have a truce if you're both enemies, but you both share a common enemy. If you're enemy yourself. But it's not always. You can work together just to support a common goal, but it doesn't make you friends. So disagree. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Oh yeah, Israel has the right to defend itself. No. No. It's never justified. Military action in general, I don't agree with the military. But yeah, especially if it's against international law, no. It's never justified. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Some ways, if it's all conspiracy theories, hardcore pornography, hate speech, But in general, not really. I don't think. I mean, just not strongly disagree. Just disagree. I think for most part it's okay if you look in the right places, because I think most people do can know what's right, and that even there are some like conspiracy theory loons. Anyway, next page. Now, the economy. We're talking attitudes here, not the FTSE index. people are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. Yeah, definitely. I don't care on what nation you are. But you got the very rich, the wealthy, billionaires. They're more like they're well off, while the poor they're really struggling. There shouldn't be a class divide. We should all have the same money and what have you. Strongly agree. And also a lot of the upper class like all snidey and not giving a fuck about the poor. They're very uppity. Anyway, controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Well, yeah, of course. It doesn't matter if you're employed or not, as long as you can get by on your money problems and whatnot, and get your food. And yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, of course it is. And even if you are unemployed, at least as long as you can get through your money, your food, your bills, and live proper. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. Hold on. Right, so I'm not sure how to answer this one. Yeah, well, if the government should be able to get involved to do their job for once to help the environment. So in a way, yeah, because corporations they're more like for rich people, CEOs, and they don't want to do anything. They just want to haul all the money for themselves, not caring. So yeah. Anyway, I do agree for stuff. I think from each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. That one I'm not sure. I think that's to do with communism. I think I'm probably borderline commie, but what does that actually mean? So if you do really good at your job, you get more back, or if you do crap at your job, you get yeah. I'm not sure. I'm probably inclined to disagree, not strongly, but just want to see. Where's the mouse? Mouse, there you are. I'm going to put disagree for now. The free of the market, the free of the people. Okay, yes, I've had a little look at that. What that means. I think that's to do with privatization, the black market. So yeah, if you're free, that could probably mean you're free to sell black market guns and what have you without anyone regulating it. Illegal drugs, what can cause a lot of damage. Probably he's probably not free anyway. So yeah, disagree. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. Yes, yeah, that definitely. Water should be free, bottled or not. Water is a fundamental right for all nature. We all need water to live. It should not be. You should not. Even like water bills. You shouldn't have to pay for your water bills. So yeah, strongly agree. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. No, it shouldn't. Land should be free for all. Public access. We should all have a right to roam as nature intends. So yeah, strongly agree. We should all have free roaming land. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Yeah, definitely. Like billionaires, the royal family, most Tories and CEOs and what have you. Yeah, strongly agree that we shouldn't have billionaires in it. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. Right, I think that's to do with money coming from goods coming from abroad. Move the taxing and all that. I don't know. I don't think it should be necessary though, because I don't agree with borders. So products coming in from abroad and back and forth shouldn't have to be protected and analysed and what have you. No, disagree. I think I might answer that wrong, but yeah. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. No, 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 no. Strongly disagree. It should be to take care of all its employees and the customers and what have you. Give them a fair share. Rise the minimum wage. Fuck the shareholders. They're rich already as it is. Employees come first, and the customers. The rich are too highly taxed. Are they fuck? We need to raise it even more for the rich. It's the poor are too highly taxed, not the rich. Eat the rich. Strongly disagree. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. No. We should all have access to free healthcare. Keep the NHS. If you're sick or ill, whatever your circumstances, you should all be allowed to have the same amount of healthcare. We do need to cut the waiting lists down. We shouldn't have private healthcare, or we shouldn't need to have to pay all that. We should have good, high medical care in the NHS, free of charge. Government should penalise businesses that mislead the public. Yeah, depends what you mean by misleading. But yeah, we should all know what's going on. We should all be told, be honest with each other in terms of businesses and the public. So anyway, I agree. Yeah. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. Right. What does that even mean? I don't know. And there's, like I said before, there's no I don't know or neutral. You either agree or you disagree. And this one I'm not sure how to answer. But like I said before, the free market has to do with privatisation and black markets and what have you. So anyway, yeah, it does require restrictions, so you're not selling the black market goods. But on predator multinationals, I'm not sure. Probably agree, but I don't really know. Anyway, next page. Now, I look at some of your personal social values. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. No, abortion should be legal. It's a woman's choice what she does with her body, especially in the case of rape or if the life is threatened, and especially if your life is threatened and you can't survive without it. Yeah, it should be fine. Abortion is a woman's choice. All authority should be questioned. To an extent, maybe. But I'm not really good with authority anyway, like police and what have you. I'll probably put disagree. Not strongly, but just disagree. Probably be a bit in the middle of the middle, but agree and disagree to an extent. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Um, so if you get punched, you punch them back. Maybe. Or turn the other cheek and all that business. I'm not sure. Probably no for an eye. That's all biblical as well. So probably disagree now. And we just don't bother a lot of the time, especially with drama. Anyway, taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theatres or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Again, I don't remember how I answered on some of these last time. Anyway, taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theatres or museums that cannot survive. Well, yeah. Why should you pay to build a business what isn't going to survive? What a waste of money. So yeah, I agree with that. Anyway, yeah. Strongly agree, probably. Yeah. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Where you got homeschooling, and if it's a classroom that you don't agree with, like RE, well, I had to do that in secondary school, even though I'm not even religious or anything. And for whatever circle, you might have certain circumstances where you might not want to attend the class. So yes, it should not make classroom attendance compulsory. So yeah, I agree. All people have their rights, but it is better for all that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Again, like the previous question about race being more better. No, that's racism or classism in a way. We should all try and integrate with each other. Well, maybe not class, but race. Yeah, we should all mix together. And so I do not. They should not keep to their own kind. That's bigotry. I strongly disagree. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. No, no, no. Shouldn't have to. That's disgusting. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Well, yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, I'm asexual and I come from quite a bit of a homophobic family. I never told my family about my asexuality. I didn't even know. I always wondered whether I was gay or not. That's one thing I never told my family. And other things that other children might want to keep from their parents for whatever reason. So yeah, definitely, yeah, of course it's natural. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offence. No, it shouldn't. Legalise marijuana. Strongly agree. That's for one drug what should be legal. And it doesn't. I don't know if it doesn't do any much damage anyway. I've not heard of anyone dying from a cannabis overdose. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs, not necessarily. It should be just to give you the right qualifications or just general knowledge of things. In some ways, it could be, but jobs isn't the end of it. We shouldn't. So disagree. People with serious inheritable disability should not be allowed to reproduce. That's ableist. That's ableist saying that. Even if you have a disability, yeah, you should be allowed to have a families and whatnot. So no, disagree. Should be allowed. Anyone should be allowed. The most important thing for children is to learn. To learn is to accept discipline. No, fuck off. Oh, you do as you're told, and I'm big, you're small, I'm right, you're wrong. Or like Matilda talk. No. There are no savage and civilized peoples. So there are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. Yeah, there are. Well, yeah, there are different cultures, but depends on what you mean by savages. You don't mean like by ISIS beheading people and that. That's not right. There are, for the most part, though. Yeah, there are cultures. Most people are civilized, and how do I answer this? I'm just going to read this again. There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. Yeah, there are different cultures, and most people are civilized. There's no such thing as a savage, in a way, apart from the lot of reform people wanting to go and shoot migrants. That could probably be savage in a way. So, for the most part, I do agree. I'm really sure I answered that. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. Yeah, going about DWP. Depends on what you mean by fit, able to work, fit for work, like DWP assessments. And if you refuse it, your benefits go no. You should always expect. You should always be able to be supportive, have support. But then again, and if you're talking about work, there's you don't there's always ways to work without having to be being work. I mean, like voluntary work, just helping others in the community without being paid. So I no, I don't agree with that. Everyone should have support. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. Well, in a way, yeah, but it's good to talk about it if needed, because then you can then other people they can help you, like Samaritans, other doctors, because you cannot think about it for a while. Then it's always it might always come back to you in your head. So not so disagree to an extent. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. Oh, not really. They can be integrated. Of course they can. You can come in, integrate with community, with people, learn the language if you want, and everything else. Because most NHS people are immigrants. So yeah, they can be fully integrated. So strong disagree. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. No, that's extreme capitalism. Because while the corporations are benefiting, we're not getting any good from it. We're still getting that shit pay or shit benefits, whatever. So no, it's never good for us. Strongly disagree. No broadcasting institution, however independent in its content, should receive public funding. We should not have a TV license. TV should be free, and the TV license, especially, it's supposed to be a BBC TV license, but you need it to watch other channels. It's a bit stupid. And Public funding should be a choice for whatever channels you want, for whatever you want to fund. But TV channels should be independent. But a lot of the time, how it works, they should receive government funding and maybe public funding. So I mean, maybe disagree to an extent because public funding maybe is a good thing. Anyway, next page. How you see the wider society. Our civil liberties are being excessive. Bloody hell, I can't speak. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counter-terrorism. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Where are these counter-terrorists, and how is it interfering with civil liberties? I don't think so. Disagree. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. It depends on the party. If it's a completely fascist party and there's no one to question them, that's really bad. You always need an opposition to hold the government to account on certain issues instead of letting them go free nilly willy nilly. So no, strong disagree. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. No, we don't. That's not how it works. Surveillance is very intrusive on anyone. It doesn't have to be wrongdoers, and you could always get wrongly convicted people that are wrongly punished for things. So it's not only wrongdoers that need to be worried. No, everyone should be worried on certain things. So strong disagree. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. No, I don't agree with the death penalty at all. Especially if you be wrongly convicted again. You get wrongly put to death for something you did not do. That in itself is a crime. Strong disagree. Fuck the death penalty. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Not really. We should always be this. We should always have to be. We should always be this. God, I can't even speak. We should all be the same equally. We shouldn't have to. Even though we might have like some people above to guide us, but not to tell us what to do, but just to guide us if needed. But for the most part, we shouldn't have to have all this commanding and obeying crap. So no, strong disagree. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. No, abstract art is art. The way you can do all the colours and lines and what have you, that in itself is art. So to strongly disagree. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. No, rehabilitation is more important. And for a lot of crimes, we shouldn't have to have prison. Anyway, the prison system in general is bullshit. So yeah, strongly disagree. It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. Depends. If you mean like Jack the Ripper and Ian Brady or what have you. For the most part, though, it's not a waste of time. Strongly disagree. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Strongly disagree. Creative arts are really can be special and can mean a lot more to people than business people who are just money. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers, and strongly disagree. Mothers, fathers can be whatever they want to be. It doesn't matter. Almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming. Okay, I'm not sure I understand that. Yeah, we should definitely heed the warning of climate science. We should do more to protect the climate, the environment. So I think I agree with that. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. No, fuck the establishment. That's all capitalism and what have you. We need to get rid of the establishment. We need to make peace with normal people. Page 5 of 6. Almost. If you got through that okay, you'll find these propositions on religion a breeze. Astrology accurately explains many things. It explains shit. Astrology is to do constellations, which are groups of stars billions of miles away, not many light years away. And even the stars itself have no relation to each other, just patterns in the sky of a certain group of constellations on the ecliptic, while the sun passes through, and the planets themselves, they have no effect on our lives whatsoever. Astronomy over astrology. You cannot be moral without being religious. Well, I'm not religious. I've always been an atheist, even though I've come from a Catholic family. I've never gone with their views. And most religions are immoral anyway. Some of the things they say. You don't need religion to be moral. Strong. Morals come first. It's bullshit. Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Why do we need charity to help people and businesses and what have you? Charity is a good thing, but we shouldn't have to rely on it. Social security is probably more important because it's more helpful in a way. It's more secure. So not really. It's not. Some people are naturally unlucky. Well, people are lucky or unlucky. I don't think it comes with natural. It just happens. It's just the way it is. So I probably disagree with that. It is important that my child's school installs religious values. No, no. Religion belongs in the home. And then again, it should not be instilled anyway. Religion is just religion. Nothing to do with school and education. I strongly disagree. Finally, I look at sex. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. No, sex is sex. What's marriage got to do with it? You don't see animals getting married before having sex. They just do it. Fuck, no. Strongly disagree. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Of course, it shouldn't be excluded. It doesn't matter if you're gay or straight or lesbian or whatever. Any loving couple, if they want children, just go for it. Yeah, shouldn't be excluded. That's right. Yeah. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. Of course, it should be legal. I mean, I'm not really interested in porn personally, but if that's what you're into and they're consenting, what have you? Yeah, what what business has it got to do with anyone else? What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. You're damn right it's no business of a state. Like the last question, what goes on in a private bedroom is between the adults themselves. Fuck the state. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Bullshit. If you're homosexual, you feel homosexual. God. These days, openness about sex has gone too far, has it? I've hardly seen anyone talking about sex, so disagree. I don't know what's going to. Now let's see where you stand. Right, I expect to be bottom left again. So, so I expect to be around here again. So they don't need to read all this crap. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on, where am I? Your political compass. Okay, so I'm here. I expect to be a bit around here, but here this is good. Yeah, bottom left as per usual. Centre left. I expected that where I was be. That's where I've always stood. Sometimes I'm about here, sometimes here, depending on if I agree or strongly. There's a few questions I didn't really understand, but most of them I think I did well, right. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So that's where I stand on my political compass. So there we go.